And I'm back in the same clothes as I was when I did part 1 of the pregnancy Q&A. I just thought I'd film it on the same day, but obviously didn't want to bore you. So this is the part 2 of pregnancy Q&A. So I would watch part 1 first because I have organised the questions in the right order so that they flow a little bit more naturally. If you want to see more updates on my pregnancy journey, then please follow me at Jonsie on Instagram. Obviously slide into my DMs or give me a comment down below. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up as well. Let's get to it. Let's do the pregnancy Q&A part 2. Matt's my partner, have decided that we will find out the gender. So we have our scan in June. Of course, we just want a happy, healthy baby. That is the most important thing to us, and we love the baby no matter what sex it is. But we do have a preference. How did you feel about announcing your pregnancy during coronavirus? This is a great question. To be totally honest, I initially was really anxious about doing it because we've all been feeling really anxious about coronavirus. Genuinely, our emotions are really up and down anyway, like whether you're pregnant or not. I'm just talking about the general person. It's really uncertain and unsettling times to be pregnant. However, we received the most amazing, overwhelmingly positive response from so many people, and honestly made me cry when I saw the comments and the love. And it's been a light in this dark time, and it's been really good news. I mean, we are flooded with awful news on the TV most of the time at the moment, so hearing and seeing really good news is something I definitely support. I think the one thing about this is it's very strange to be pregnant in this time. However, I always take the positives from most things, and the way that I see this as being pregnant in coronavirus is actually a really good time to be pregnant. If you look at the positives, you're able to relax indoors, you're able to reset. You're able to nurture your baby in a way that probably you wouldn't be able to do if you're running a really hectic, crazy life. I mean, I'm not referring to anyone who is working on the front line right now. I've now seen it as it's been a blessing in disguise because I'm able to now nurture my baby and look after myself, and where I would be running around like a crazy person, I'm not able to because I'm not allowed out. So trimester 1, my pregnancy craving came out of nowhere, and it was chicken salad sandwich. Like, I craved it morning, lunch and dinner, and I genuinely had it for lunch and dinner for quite a few days because I just needed it. I wanted it. There was something in that food that I needed for the baby, and that's why they were craving this food. That's apparently why you get pregnancy cravings. The other thing that I had in my first trimester was pineapple. I just really craved pineapple, which chicken salad sandwiches and pineapple I never usually eat on a normal basis, so that's how I know it's a craving. Now, going into my second trimester, I crave Marmite and more Marmite. Yeah, I just love Marmite at the moment. Like, I get the taste for it. And also ready salted crisps, hula hoops in particular. On orange juice, actually, like I've got an insatiable thirst for orange juice. Oh, and pickled onions. So something that I never usually have, which I want on my salads all the time, is pickled onions, which is quite an interesting one because I wouldn't usually crave those on a normal basis. Have you changed your diet? Yes, I have. And you have to when you're pregnant. That's one thing that you'll learn very quickly when you find out you're pregnant, is that you have to change your diet to make sure that you're not eating foods that could be detrimental to the baby's development. So yes, you have to do your research, and I have had to adapt and change. There is an app that I use, it's called Ovia Pregnancy, and it actually has like a food search tool in it, which I literally search the item and it tells me whether I can or can't eat it during pregnancy. So there are other foods that you're limited to. As an example, you can only eat like 2 sources of fish a week. And then there's other foods that you should be having more of, you know, to help the development of the baby, as well as your prenatal vitamins every day. So yes, my diet has changed and I've had to adapt everything to make sure that it is right and okay and it's safe. Did you continue to work out the same as you normally did in your first trimester? Mostly yes, I would say, and the recommended advice is that you can do anything that you would normally do, but don't try anything new. So don't try and do volleyball if you've never done it before, because you're putting strain on your body on something that you've never tried. Whereas if your body's used to, say, running, you should still be running in the same way that you was before. So I just found that my energy levels were obviously a lot less, but if you follow me on Instagram, you'll know that me and my boyfriend do live workouts, and I was doing those all throughout my first trimester. The one thing that I want to say is that if you can do it, then it's good for the baby. It's good to keep your cardio up, especially during the first trimester. Just don't go wild and don't make yourself out of breath. One piece of advice that the doctor gave me was that you should be able to still talk when you're exercising. If you can still talk, then you're not exerting yourself too much that you can't breathe properly. So that was the best advice that I was given. So I wouldn't ever push myself too much. I wouldn't anyway, because my energy levels were less, but I did make sure I still kept up my normal routine, because I think that's really important for you, your mental health, how you feel, especially during the first trimester. As I've gone into the second trimester, I obviously am bigger, and you do have to change your exercise routine massively. No jumping, no twisting, no laying on your back. So I've had to adapt and learn the way that you do exercise pregnancy safe. I mean, I am very lucky that I have a boyfriend who has 20 years of experience in personal training and knows how to adapt the moves as well. So if you haven't joined us on our live workouts, then please join us. We're really enjoying doing it, especially during kind of COVID-19. No, he didn't, and really upsetting time actually, because as you know, if it's your first child, then everything's a new experience, and you want your birthing partner to be there. You want your partner to experience the same thing as you. Just because you're carrying the child doesn't mean that they shouldn't experience what you're experiencing. However, I do understand the reasons behind not letting additional people into hospitals, and it needs to be done to, you know, decrease the risk, and I completely understand, and everyone was in the same boat when I went to my scan. He did drive me so he could feel part of it, and the other thing to add as well is that I made sure when I was in there that I took video. When I got the phone call from the hospital, the midwife, the day before to say that your partner can't come in, I said, you know, can I take video? And she said it was discretionary, up to the whoever is doing your scan. And I just thought that was a little bit mean actually, because I thought it shouldn't be discretionary at this time. Like, if you've got a camera and you're able to take a video or photos of your scan, then absolutely you should be able to do that. There shouldn't be any questions about it. There's, you know, we live in a day of technology, come on. So when I was in the scanning room, I did say to the lady, you know, can I take some videos? And she said yes at the end. And when I was taking the video, she started to get a little bit annoyed with me. And I thought, this is my experience here. Like, I don't need you telling me that I can't take a video. And, you know, she was getting really kind of arsey with me, and I just couldn't quite understand that. I mean, for her, she's scanning a different person all the time. So, you know, it's probably very mundane to her. But for me, this is my first time of seeing the baby properly. And you know, and it's fascinating, and I want to share that experience with my partner. So that's exactly why I did carry on videoing, even when she didn't really necessarily want me to. And I have that video as like a little memory now, and I've shared that on my Instagram channel. If you haven't seen it already, if you see my announcement post, if you swipe to the right, it's a really lovely video, and it's so clear, like you can see everything. So I'm so grateful and thankful that I actually did take those videos and I could share that with him, because he felt like he was experiencing it too. How will you decorate the baby's room? Oh God. I mean, I only moved into the flat probably about a month or two ago now. You know, we're just trying to work out where my stuff goes and where we put stuff at the moment. So we haven't actually got round to that, but we have started discussing, like, we're going to need some baby's drawers, maybe a little wardrobe, you know, where the cot goes, but we haven't got that far yet. Sure, we'll get there, but right now, everything, there's so much information to take in at this stage. I just feel like one step at a time. Absolutely, and I said this to Matt actually, that I think that we should do something about my experience versus his experience. Would be a really nice video. Let me know if that's something you think would be really great. Like, comment down below if you do want to see more about the dad's experience, because obviously we see loads more about the mum's experience online. It might be quite nice to share Matt's as well. Be honest, did you consider not having this baby? This is quite a hard question to answer, but I'm going to answer it honestly. There were parts of me that in the beginning, when it was so unexpected, I would say I probably thought about this a few times. There is nothing wrong with if you cannot bring a child into the world right now because of your circumstances, because of you don't feel like you're supported enough, you don't have the funds, whatever your reason for not having a child, that is your reason. The reason why I chose to have this child is because it just felt right. It was so unexpected. It wasn't in my plans. I felt like I wasn't ready. And all of these kind of worries and anxious feelings obviously came up. Also the fact that Matt and I had also been in a relationship for less than 6 months at this point, and I felt like it was too early. For me, the reason why I kept this baby is because it actually deep down felt right. And for some crazy reason, I feel like I am ready. And I am very spiritual. I'm into spirituality, and I meditated about this. I asked for signs. I asked for reasoning. There were so many things that I needed to hear to know that this was going to be okay. And I got those messages, I got those signs, and I decided that this was right, and Matt is the right person to be the father of my child. And that this is just another chapter of my life, and it's another journey, and I'm really excited about it now. Initially, you know, when I had those thoughts and feelings, it was because I didn't feel like I could give this child the love that they needed, because I felt like I wasn't a maternal person, and I felt that this wasn't planned. So how can we do this, and how can we do this at such an early stage in our relationship? But despite all of that, the baby won, because there's something that tells me this is right, and I truly wholeheartedly believe in gut instincts, and I think you have to listen to that. Don't listen to your heart and your head, listen to your gut. Always listen to your gut, because that is usually telling you what the right thing is to do. That's your wisdom, that's your truth. And when you listen to that, that's usually right. I would say most of the time my gut instinct is right, but if I listened to my heart or my head, I probably wouldn't have done the right thing for me. So yeah, that's the honest answer to that question too. So if you guys have any more questions, then please comment down below. Let me know and I will do a part 3, or I might turn them into like individual videos. But yeah, let me know what you want to see more of, like if there's anything in pregnancy that you particularly want to know about. And when I was asking people on Instagram what they wanted to see more of, and it was more the honest, real side of pregnancy, even for those who aren't pregnant, like to know exactly what to expect, because they see mostly the kind of glamorous side of pregnancy with kind of Instagrammers, and you know what, it's still lovely to see, but I'm here to share the honest side. So yeah, let me know. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and comment below, and yeah, I'll see you very soon. Bye.